Hello, I'm Janet Whalen, the Environmental Health and Safety Officer for the School of Science and Technology. And I'd like to mention that we have Right to Know stations in 3 locations in the School of Science and Technology, and that's here in the storage room. As you'll see, we have biology MSDSs and chemistry MSDSs, along with our first aid kit and a poster telling us how to read MSDSs. We also have one in biology and one in chemistry.
I'm Dr. Candace Timty, and I'm going to show you some aspects of lab safety today. One of the most important things in the lab is that if you get a chemical spilled on you, you must get it off and you must wash for a long time. In the event of a large chemical spill on your clothes, you walk to the safety shower, yank on this handle, and stand there while the cold water poured over you for 5 minutes.
Hi, my name is Dr. Deborah Souter, and we're going to talk about what to do if you have a minor spill in your lab. So I've initiated here a minor spill of a weak acid. Minor spill is any amount of solution less than 1 liter that is spilled in your lab. If you have a particularly hazardous material, then a lower volume might be considered a major spill. But this is just a weak acid, and we're going to consider it a minor spill today. Okay, when you have a minor spill, the first thing you want to do is open up the Spill XA for treatment of acid spills. These bottles are in the back of all the labs, and for some reason I'm having trouble getting it open. There we go. The first thing you want to do is sprinkle this neutralizing solution everywhere on the acid to the best of your ability, and then you want to get a spill pad to absorb the liquid. So I'm going to put this spill pad here and this spill pad here. These spill pads are stored in the prep rooms in both the biology and chemistry labs. And what you'll notice is that the pads do a really good job of soaking up all.
I'm Dr. Lee Kurtz, and I'm here to share with you some of our safety features here in our labs. Over here we have an eye wash that you'll find at a sink in each of our labs. This is important if you ever splash chemicals or bacterial cultures into your eyes. If that happens, you come over here immediately, push the handle, and rinse your eyes out for a full 5 minutes. If you wear contacts, they may get washed down the drain. But that's okay, because your vision is far more important than losing your contacts.
In every lab there's a first aid kit. It has the essentials for first aid: gauze, sponges, band-aids, if you need them. If you cut yourself in the lab, you need to notify your instructor immediately so that she can take action to protect your body. We also have in the lab available for your use safety glasses. These are important to keep things from splashing in your eyes, chemicals and whatnot. It's best to buy your own safety glasses. They're available in the bookstore, but if you forget yours, there are ones available for use in the lab.
Let's talk a minute about hazardous waste. When the students generate waste, they will bring the waste over to the accumulation hood, the satellite accumulation area, and they will add the waste to a container that is labeled and is closed. The containers can only be open when adding or removing waste.
In each lab, you'll also find a fire extinguisher. It can be used for any fire that should occur inside the lab rooms. Always remember pass. Pull the pin, aim, squeeze the trigger, and sweep the area to put the fire out. In this lab, right next to the fire extinguisher, we have a biohazard disposal box. This is used only for biohazardous material, things like paper towels that culture have been spilled on, pipette tips that have been used in bacteria, pieces from dissection go in this bag. Trash does not go in the biohazard bag. You'll always know the biohazard bag by the fact that it's either red or orange, and you'll always see the biohazard symbol somewhere near that bag and on that bag.
Off the lights.
Woo! That was a little toasty.
In the lab, it's important to always wear closed-toed shoes. This protects your feet against any spills of chemicals or any broken glassware that might fall down from the lab bench. Open-toed shoes are a safety hazard. Crocs, because of the holes in them, are considered open-toed shoes and are not acceptable for wearing in the lab.
Also available in labs for your protection are gloves. We have all different sizes of gloves, so you should be able to find some that fit you. You want them to fit your hand without cutting off your circulation. You want them to be comfortable because you may be wearing them for a while. So examples of things you may be wearing gloves for would be to work with some bacterial cultures like we have here in the tubes to protect your hands from getting bacteria on them. You may use them if you're staining something and you don't want to get things on your hands. You may use them when you're running a gel and working with DNA so you don't get enzymes that will destroy the DNA in there or stain on your hands that you're going to put into the gel. But the important thing to remember about gloves is they're for your safety to protect your hands. So once you're done with your activity, you take them off. If you need to put something in your computer from the lab experiment you just did, you don't want to come over and start typing on your computer with your gloves on, because whatever was on your gloves is now all over your computer. When you take them off, it will be back on your hands.
One of the things that you might use in the lab is this, a Bunsen burner. It's run by gas. The way you turn it on is you push, just like a child safety lock, and turn. You can hear the gas coming. This is a striker. These burners are very hot. The heat, I can still feel it up to here. You notice that you can't really see the flame, so you need to be very careful when working with the Bunsen burner. Have your hair tied back, have your sleeves rolled up, because it's very easy to get into the flame. Oftentimes you'll be plating bacteria, so you'll put your hockey stick in the flame and get it on fire. You never, never, never want to put it back in the alcohol, because if you start an alcohol fire, you can't see it. And so you dip your thing in the alcohol, run it through the flame, and then you streak your bacteria. Remember that the Bunsen burner is hot, and even after you turn it off, the Bunsen burner is still hot. The other thing that we'll use in the lab is a hot plate. Once again, the hot plate gets hot. Once it's turned off, it will still be hot, and it will have a light at the front to tell you that it's still hot. You want to handle hot items with care, and if you're going to boil your chemical, you just leave it alone and let it boil. If you're going to put test tubes in the water to boil the items in your test tubes, you want to add something like sand to nucleate the bubbles so that your test tubes don't bump and jump up and down while they're boiling. So be aware that some things in lab are hot, even if they don't look hot. The Bunsen burner is still hot, the hot plate is still hot.
Oh, it's green! Oh,
It's
cool!
That's cool.
Like,
Dr. Kurtz, I broke something. That's all right, I'll clean it up. We always have under the sink a way to clean up broken glass. You should always encourage your students to tell you when there's any kind of accident and allow you to clean it up. I don't want to take a chance of them getting cut with whatever was in that test tube getting inside. And once you clean up the glass, we have a special place to dispose of it. The broken glass disposal box. It always has a plastic liner and is clearly marked for broken glass, so nobody gets hurt.
Good morning. I'm Tico from the IT department, and I was called in this morning to service Janet's PC, and I stumbled across this dangerous electrical mess. In addition to this, we also have the coffee pot plugged in, yet not a cup of coffee brewing.
Oh man, lab's going to be so much fun today.
What are we doing? I haven't even looked at the lab
I
yet.
don't know, you want some peanuts?
Sure, thank you.
Oh, I think we're going to make some peanut and pour some bacteria. That's going to be great.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Want some more?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
I have my drink.
I'll just put it in the drawer so the instructor doesn't notice.
I'll just leave mine up. It's almost empty anyway, so no big deal.
Yeah.
lab. At least I have lunch for later on when I'm getting hungry. And here's my financial aid stuff. And there's my pizza coupon. I'm gonna need that. Oh, and there's tomorrow's notes for history class. And let's see, what are we doing here today? I'm really a slob in lab, but I've never had a major accident. I know what I'm doing. I'm okay here. Let's see, what are we supposed to do today? Okay, I gotta get some water in this flask. Well, oh, this flask looks filthy. I think I better clean it. Oh, no!
Hey, smell this. It smells good.
Ew! Smell this one. Oh, this one smells great. I wonder what this one tastes like. You want to taste it?
No, no thanks.
No. What about this one? This just says wheat germ. That's really food. We can eat lab food, can't we?
All right, we have the NaOH we need. Man, this drawer is a mess. But these beakers, these look pretty much okay, I guess. All right, I need 3 samples of 20 milliliters of NaOH each. So let's see, here's number 1, here's number 2, and here's number 3. Great grizzlies, what happened there?
Oh boy, that was fun today, huh?
It was, but boy, it lasted forever. I am starving. I can't wait to go to the food court and get something to eat and something to drink.
Oh yeah, me too. I can't wait for some pizza. Gonna wash my hands.
I'll meet you down in the food court.
All right.
All right, here's the sugar we need for this experiment. And we need 1 molar sulfuric acid. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So I'm just going to pour the sulfuric acid in. And it says it'll sort of turn yellow and then the reaction will happen. You're supposed to stir it a little bit. So there's my stir. Yeah, it's pretty boring. Oh, I forgot. I got to go call my brother. I'll be back in a minute, everybody.